you bring your vision to life. This is where you basically tell your story as to how you see it.
It's always changing with technology, with trends.
All of the teachers have had experience out in the field, and they've been in the profession for a long time, so they really know what they're talking about and know what they're doing when they're showing you things.
And the classes are just, they're what they need to be to teach you to get ready for the workforce.
The Media Technologies degree program at Pellissippi State encompasses 4 unique concentrations. These are Communication Graphics Technology, Photography, Web Technology, and Video Production Technology.
Graphic design is all around us. I typically tell students that we design everything from business cards to billboards, from packaging to posters, and what we do is to take what a client needs to communicate and put it in a visual medium that is very convincing and very understanding to the general public.
I think the most interesting part about graphic design is just that it's always changing with technology, with trends. I don't know, you're constantly learning. You keep your mind, your brain active, learning new things. It's fun.
The Communication Graphics program here at Pellissippi State teaches students to be an effective graphic designer as soon as they finish the program here at Pellissippi State. We teach them to be effective from day one, teaching them the skills, the ethics, the general knowledge that any working graphic designer that wants to make this a profession needs daily.
As of right now, we're running Adobe software. We have Illustrator, InDesign, Photoshop, which is a big one, Fireworks, Dreamweaver. What else am I learning? All kinds of stuff. I'm taking 3D animation and modeling this semester. We're learning Cinema 4D, which is a whole nother world, but it's very, very cool.
Well, I've always made things. I love drawing, painting, sketching, and ever since I was a child, I made a lot of different things. And then when I first transitioned to graphic design, I found myself primarily working on the computer, which was not as creatively satisfying. So going back to Pellissippi State helped me realize I could really integrate those two. The creative, actually making things and then working on the computer as well. So everything I do now starts with a sketch and then is more fully realized digitally.
We often take it for granted how much photography is out there. We're looking at photos and imagery every day, everywhere we look. It's ubiquitous. Most of those images, if not all of them, are actually taken by professional photographers. We assume the level of quality is there because we're just so used to it, but professional photographers have to take those images. So it's really important that you've got the skills and techniques and can actually pull the job off when the time comes. The photography program at Pellissippi State is really more of a professional-based program. We're not educating simply in the fine art of photography. We're giving the skills, the techniques that are going to be used out in the field.
I have honestly found everything about the program interesting so far. Anything new that I could learn about photography I love, and it's exciting for me. So I've enjoyed the entire program. My favorite class so far was probably my portraiture class in the studio, where we learned how to take photos of people and children and just kind of how you would go about maybe making an advertisement or something like that also.
One of the most interesting things I do at work is I take a lot of photos of different things. I do portraits, I do passports, I do aerial photography, I do scientific research shots. So in each one of those you have different lighting situations that you go into, and you have to know what you're doing.
We've got a professional equipped studio with IMAX in there. We also have studio strobes. We've got plenty of lighting, tripods, all sorts of props and light tables and modifiers, so they can get a sense during the class. They get to learn how all this equipment works, and then when it comes time to fulfilling their assignments, they can come in, work on their assignments in the studio in order to do the type of work that they would be doing if they had their own studio.
Web design is a creative solution to several problems that a business might have. One is delivering content, another targeting the correct audience, another instilling confidence in the company, and creating a memorable experience for the company's clients. Our students take all of those things very seriously and create visually appealing and fully functional websites for those businesses.
I've always been good with computers, and my dad kind of suggested I'd try something with that, and I decided to try web design. I chose to come to Pellissippi State because everywhere I looked on the web, everybody I talked to always brought up that it was the best one for technical areas. I think the most interesting part is just seeing something that I'm coding, and then seeing the finished product of it. So I can't really draw or anything like that, but I can build a website.
The United States' #1 export is media, television, film. The rest of the world eats up what we as Americans produce. So it's important for students to become responsible storytellers in the new millennium, to be able to communicate not only nationally, but internationally as well, to tell stories that are relevant, that are responsible, and that might have a little component of activism that could conceivably change the world. Students have access to probably over $1 million of portable inventory. Camera, lights, audio equipment, you name it, we've got it. The students are never shackled by lack of resources.
When I first started here at Pellissippi State, I didn't know which direction I wanted to go in. I started with the intent of perhaps doing videography. Then when I got into the editing process, I started to realize, okay, so this is where you bring your vision to life. This is where you basically tell your story as to how you see it. Editing for me was the thing that I chose to go after, and I've done pretty well.
My internship through Pellissippi State was phenomenal. I'm still there. I'm here right now. Basically, I started my last semester, and I started as an assistant editor and worked my way up to now being an offline editor here at Red Arrow Industries. So it has been absolutely amazing experience, and it wouldn't have been possible without Pellissippi State.
Advice that I would give to an incoming student in the web program is that designing for web is difficult work. But if you come with some enthusiasm, good ideas, and a passion for design, then you'll work hard, learn hard, and succeed.
This is a wonderful time in your life. Take a deep breath, relax, and enjoy it. It's a real privilege to be able to be in class.
Shoot for fun. Whatever the assignments are, that's fine, but you should be doing more, going beyond, actually trying new things, experimenting, shooting for fun, doing the type of things that you enjoy while you're taking your pictures, and that way you're going to get more out of it.
Another piece of advice that I'd give to incoming students is check out equipment. It's there. That's your resources. Check it out every single weekend. Even if you don't have a project, check it out, play with it, master it, get a job.